Hey guys, Anna D here. Welcome to another fantastic episode of Me, My Health and I. Today I am speaking with the beautiful Mel Homer about aging, crochet, body positivity, travel, ADHD, just to name a few. You'll have to watch the rest of the episode to find out more. Mel Homer.
Hello.
Thank you for coming.
You are welcome. I'm really excited to be here.
Thank you. I'm very excited for you to be here. And yeah, I'm really excited.
Usually I'm on that side, so this is really nice for me not to have any notes or anything or have to worry.
I've written down lots of things. I Googled you in preparation for today. Have you Googled yourself before?
Yes.
Okay. Well,
Can I admit that without sounding like a dick? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I have.
I've Googled myself and
Yeah, it's quite interesting. Some of the stuff it drags up, from places that you have no idea or where it's come from. Yeah. Or that people have posted. Yeah. It was interesting.
Well, I didn't find anything sinister or
Okay.
but according to Wikipedia, you're a TV personality, radio host, master of ceremonies, and also featured on Treasure Island.
I did. That's all correct.
Yay!
Also, who updates those Wikipedia pages?
I don't know.
Me neither, but things happen really quickly. Like I'll get a new job or something will happen and it's almost to the second that it's up there. Like someone must go, oh, I better update that wiki. Who's doing that?
Can't anyone update?
Yeah, anyone can, I think. Yeah. That's the thing. But who's going,
it's your biggest fan.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Must be my mum.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, first of all, I want to talk to you obviously about health and wellness.
Yeah.
But I'd first like to know how you got into this line of work.
I fell into it really. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. It was one of those things I never planned on being, because I started in the radio and then the TV came later.
Yeah.
I never really planned on being in that sort of thing. But I met a boy and I moved to Mount Maunganui and I needed to get a job. So beforehand this is this is in ancient times.
Okay.
This is when there was no internet.
Oh my gosh.
I know, right? We're going
way back.
And I think I had a cell phone, but it might have been about this big with a pull-out cord.
Yeah.
So, it was back in the 90s.
Yeah.
And which is 10 years ago, as we all know.
Yes.
But so I moved to Mount Maunganui because I met this boy, and I'd always lived in Auckland after growing up a little bit in Australia. And I had worked in travel, wholesale travel. I'd travelled a lot. I'd lived in Germany as an exchange student. I lived in Sweden for a year as a nanny. And so came back, had to get a job in this new town. And I got a job as a radio sales rep. And I lasted 6 months because I was not good at it. I can't close the deal. That's what it turned out. Yeah. So this is when you're going out, and this is in the time when radio salespeople would go out and go, hey, do you want to buy this $300 package and we'll give you 20 radio ads?
Yeah.
And, sometimes it'd work if they had a sale on, but other times, and I wasn't good at it. And from that, I kind of just blagged my way into another job as a promotions manager and breakfast producer, which I'd never done, but they went, could you do it? And I went, yeah, totally. And I always remember, because this is the time too when you could actually you could do a CV and you could actually send a physical CV. So I sent one to these people because I thought, it's a creative job. So I sent one with a shoe in it and I said, just wanted to get a foot in the door.
Oh my God. That is so clever.
But you can't do that these days, right?
But you should.
Yeah.
You would stand out.
And another one I remember sending for something was like a candle and it had, I'm willing to burn at both ends.
Oh my God. I love it. Did you get that job as well?
I can't remember what that was for, but I don't think so. But I did get the foot in the door job.
Yes.
They obviously impressed them because I had no experience. I was really blagging it.
Yeah.
And while I was there, their breakfast host, this is that classic hit scene in Tauranga, their breakfast host left. And so they said, well, do you want to have a go? And I did. And then it was history. I went, I'm actually talking on the radio is something I'm not bad at.
Yeah.
And then I just went from there to ZM to Hong Kong, Radio Television Hong Kong, and then back here and then Hauraki and Coast. I've been everywhere, bounced all over the place. Yeah.
There's a long list.
Yeah.
So, yes, I did find that out on Wikipedia as well, that you lived in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
So you went there for radio, to be on the radio?
No, I went there. there's a bit of a theme here. So I went there for a boy. But this one turned into my husband.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he got a job there. So then I went there.
Yes.
And the first year I worked as a promotions manager for a restaurant group, and then I got the job at Radio Television Hong Kong. So that was 6 years. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Like working for a public broadcaster in Hong
Yeah.
Kong in the English language division. So made documentaries.
I was
had a
going to
talk
say,
show.
like, was it
Yeah.
hard being, because it's not, what language did they?
Cantonese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
they had a little, like they had the public broadcaster, and English is an official language.
Yeah.
So they had a little English department too. It was
Right.
very old fashioned.
Yes.
And coming from Radio New Zealand to that, we were quite advanced in New Zealand. And so then
okay.
yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
And then going into that was quite different. But it was great because I could do so many amazing things and make documentaries and meet these amazing people.
Yeah.
And so that was pretty cool.
What was your favourite documentary to make in Hong Kong?
Oh, one of my favourite interviews, and because I always think about this when I do it, I interviewed I can't remember what his name was. I interviewed the wife of the woman of the man who went on. He was a poet. Someone's going to have to Google this. Who went on to become the president of East Timor? He'd been in jail for ages, and she was Australian. Elizabeth Guzmao.
Oh,
Okay.
that sounds familiar.
Yeah, but anyway, someone's probably
her?
yelling, listening to this now, going, "What are you talking about?" She was great. She
Yeah.
was amazing. But then I also interviewed the Wiggles back,
Out of town.
in their heyday. And the thing about this one was, and it must have been when they just signed their deal with Disney, so early 2000s.
Yeah.
And so I remember walking into the interview, and they were just dressed normally, and we went, "Hi."
What, they didn't have their coloured
No,
shirts on?
no. But then they went out and they got changed, and they came. This is a radio interview.
Yeah.
There was at that stage no videos or
No.
anything. Actually, no. Disney were taking some videos.
Okay.
And so they came and got changed. But not only was it all of the Wiggles and the original ones.
Yeah.
It was Captain Feathersword, Dorothy the dinosaur was there as well. It was pretty amazing.
That is so funny.
Yeah.
When you have you ever been to a Wiggle show?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Got 3 children. Yes,
Yeah.
I've been to the Wiggles.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many shows have you been to?
I think 3.
God, I did one and I was like, I'm sorry, guys, I can't do that.
And I did 2 in Hong Kong and 1 in New Zealand.
Yeah, I
and
did one in New Zealand, and I was like, it was exhausting.
It's a lot, right?
But the kids loved it.
Yeah, but it's a lot.
I can't.
Yeah.
I
a
love my
lot.
kids, but not that much. I was
Yeah.
like, we're never doing that again. But now you can just put them on the TV. Like, you can YouTube the Wiggles.
I know.
And have them on for hours.
Yeah, which I don't need to do because my kids are big.
No, same, yeah.
Phew, but you.
Yeah.
Did you ever go to a high five concert?
No, but do you know, so I was older. No, wait, was Ziggy, when were they around? Same time as the Wiggles?
Oh, actually, they might have been. Yeah, they were definitely around for my oldest one.
Yeah.
And my sister's older, so probably a bit earlier, probably late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah, so when I was, because I was like teenager in the early 2000s.
Oh, okay.
So I was probably like singing the songs.
You probably were,
Yeah.
because there was always one who was really, really into it. I remember
Yeah.
that. And all the mums would go along to watch
Yeah.
him.
Okay, so Celebrity Treasure Island.
Yes.
Tell me about that. Apparently you were 12th to be voted off.
Yeah. So
Out of how many?
18?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So I got to 7th. So there was 7 left.
Yes.
Yeah. So I didn't quite make top 6.
No, but still, that's
Yeah.
really good.
Oh, it felt
you
like-
never want to be the first.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
That was actually a really incredible experience because for ages I'd always thought if anyone ever asked me to do this, and I thought they never would.
Yeah.
But I always thought that was something I would not do because it would be awful to be that exposed on TV.
Yeah.
And just even things just like getting into, being in your togs and doing all these things and then
Yeah.
sleeping rough. But when I did get asked, at first I said no, and then and then they kept asking, and then I thought, you know what, why not?
Yeah.
Because you get to a stage like where you've got to challenge yourself. You have to push.
Outside your comfort zone.
Exactly right. And so I thought you're never going to get an opportunity to go and play games in the wild around by Lake Wanaka. It was a beautiful, beautiful location.
Yeah.
and do this again in your life, really. And, so do it. And I did. And I was really, really pleased.
Yeah.
And I wish I'd watched a few more episodes before I'd gone on, though. I would have probably been a bit better. It's kind of interesting. Like, you don't go and sleep in hotels.
No.
And
it's a proper mind game. Because even though everyone's mates and stuff,
big mind game.
Yeah.
So to begin with, you're all good because you've got your two teams and you're in your team. It's great, and then and you feel quite bonded, and you're doing all these cool things. But as soon as someone's up for elimination, it does become a real mind game.
Yeah.
And then it gets to the stage when you merge, because you're just trying to get through everything, and then there's all these alliances going on that I had no idea about, and you are tired.
Yes.
You are sleeping on a Hessian sack that's sort of stapled to two bits of, like, onto a frame of wood.
Yeah.
There was a giant possum terrorizing us. You're kind of, we had a roof cover for the sleeping bit, but it was just like sort of pull down sides. It was pretty exposed.
Yeah.
And when it was windy and rainy, you got, wet, and it was cold at night.
Yes.
It was really cold.
Yeah.
And so it's quite, you are not getting any special
treatment.
treats. And then you are only eating beans and rice, and then you do get some food if you win challenges and stuff, like spices and stuff.
Yeah.
But everyone's trying to smuggle stuff in. I didn't know how to do that. But people that had friends on the show said, okay, just jam the instant coffee, dirty bra, and things like this. But
right.
I was too much of a goody two-shoes.
Too new. Yeah.
If I did the All-Stars one, I would definitely I'd be walking in swaggering because everything would be jammed. But it becomes, and you do start, you're in this tiny world. You don't know what's going on outside, and so everything is. It's very weird. It's a bit like Lord of the Flies.
Yeah.
And then when you get to the merge, and you don't know who to trust, and and it's a really weird experience, and you're so tired, and so you act really emotionally to some things that in normal life you just
wouldn't.
go,
Yeah.
But in this, you're like, this is the be all and end all. Yeah, and so it was really, like, when I came out, I think I cried for 3 days straight. Just every time I saw somebody, like, oh my god, but it was so great, and really good friends with most of the cast members too.
That's cool.
We've got a group chat. We keep in touch.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What's one thing do you think you learnt about yourself, like roughing it?
And that I'm pretty good at challenge. I'm pretty good physically and mentally at things.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm quite. Well, I kind of knew that I thought I was quite good in crying. Like, I'm good in a crisis.
Cool.
Yeah,
that's good.
Well, I think I am.
Yeah.
But
I mean, you don't ever want to be in a crisis, but it's good to know that you would be.
And in high pressure situations where I keep getting put up for elimination at the end, and when I got Steve Price out, when he was like the big dog around camp, when he was out, when I got him out, I was like, that was quite emotional. But then I thought, I can do these things. And that's when I started thinking, maybe I can do it. And then the next day I got out.
Yeah. But still, that's pretty far to get.
And you can push yourself more. I think I learned that I am quite good, because sometimes I think too, especially as you get older, and, there's a real sense of self-worth sort of tied into how you look and how you are perceived, and aging as well.
Yeah.
And getting older has been a real eye-opener for me. And I think it was kind of nice to do that as a woman over 50.
Yeah.
And not be out first, or, be able to, hold my own.
And it's cool because you're just showing that it doesn't matter what age you are, or even if you are over 50, that you can fucking do it.
Yeah, bloody oath you can.
Yeah.
And that's what I think there's been, and I think the perception, I feel like it's changing a bit, but there has been for many years, like, they're old, so they won't be able to do anything, or that sort of thing. But as I've obviously now joined that getting older, I've realised that it's absolute bullshit, and we need to change that whole perception about how women are treated, especially in the workplace too. I think in the past there's been a real women getting put out to pasture, particularly on TV.
Yeah.
Like, you've seen it when, they're too old on TV. No one wants to look at that.
Yeah.
And also, I think your body changes. Like, once you hit perimenopause and then go menopause, your body changes. And you spend a lot of time going, I want to get back to how I was. But then you got to get to the acceptance, like, babes, it's not going to,
this is it now.
Things are changing. You should be happy that you're here and relatively
and celebrating
good.
our bodies.
Exactly, as opposed to always trying to be younger or skinnier. Because how long do you reckon women spend worrying about our shapes?
Too long, and having a teenage daughter freaks me out.
Yeah.
So I'm going to turn 40 next year.
Oh,
yes. But I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited to be 40 because I, right now, at 39, am the fittest I've ever been
in
my entire life.
Yeah.
I've would have not been fitter than I am right now.
And that's what I think we've got to change it around a bit more to, as in not so much, I look really good, but I feel really good.
I'm so strong.
And that's one of the things I'm finding is I really want to be strong so I can age well.
Yes, of course.
Well, age, because I've got, I don't know if is that too creepy for?
Can you see that?
Is that too creepy
That's
for
so
a
intense.
screen?
Her elbow is backwards.
Bleh. So I'm hypermobile, which when I was young was awesome and so I'm super flexible.
Did you ever think about stripping with all your hyper?
No, I didn't because I was probably always too body conscious. Bloody would do it now though, but I couldn't get up on the pole. I'd be like, put my neck out.
Yeah.
But the thing is that so I've always been really flexible and strong as well. But I'm finding now that I'm damaging things. I tore my hip surfing a while ago and it's just not healing because now they've looked at it and there's osteoarthritis in there because the joint, everything just keeps wiggling. It doesn't stop. So now I'm really noticing I really have to be careful about what I do and I have to keep strong because if I don't, I will be
unable,
waddling around. And I really want to be able to do the things I want to do. I want to go surfing. I want to go sailing. I want to, do all the stuff that I love doing and keep active.
Yeah. I'm the same. And that's what I want to teach my daughter. Because when I was her age, we didn't have social media.
No.
If you were lucky, you had a cell phone.
Yeah. So
I can't even imagine what it's like being her to grow up right now.
And you know what really freaks me out? And I mean, I've got 3 boys and it was hard enough with them, but it really terrifies me the fact that also what they're looking at on social media, it's not even real. Like with AI and stuff, there's influencers who are AI influencers.
Yeah.
So these young women growing up are looking at these bodies
and thinking
and these faces.
Yeah.
And it's not even real. Apart from a filter, it's not even a real person.
Yeah. Well, I don't post any crap stuff on social media.
Well,
who does?
If I'm going to do a bad photo, it's going to be a bad photo where I look generally okay.
Yeah. Or funny.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'll do that.
Because I can definitely poke fun at myself. But I
can do that too.
I'm not going to post a crap photo.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that. Yeah. Like, imagine this microphone right now taking a photo of me. My camera takes a lot of those.
Yeah. I love those memes where it's like, look in the mirror and then you open your phone. It's like, hello, it's Rick. I'm like, yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
That's me.
Yeah.
So as I'm aging as well, I think it's very important to be strong. And I'm excited to age because I have that mindset where I want to be strong.
And that's awesome.
So I can be a capable older woman. Like my mum has walked every day her whole life. She was like been in the gym and things like that. But she's so active and she can do anything and everything. Because she has stayed active, and I'm like, I fucking want to do that.
Because I think if you get to a certain stage where, like I broke my ankle a few months ago, falling over nothing. I literally just fell over. I was like, saying goodbye to someone, bye. Turn around, went blunk.
Sorry, that's not funny.
And then got up and was like, bye. Hobbling into the car, going, it's a bit.
And
sore.
It was a broken ankle.
It was a broken ankle.
Yeah.
So I went to the next day because sometimes broken ankles you can't tell. You just think it might be a bad sprain or something, and it was broken in 2 places and the ligaments are all torn. But it needed just a moon boot, thank goodness, not a cast.
Yeah.
So I broke that, and when you can't be active, when you are, when you injure yourself, that's when I think you really realise how important it is to stay strong, because when you can't physically do something, you realise like, well, shit, this is going to be me as an old person.
If I don't
actually try and, what do they say? Use it or lose it or whatever?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, use it or lose it. And it's so true.
Yeah.
Because I know someone else who's exactly the same age as my mum and completely different.
Yeah.
Because they didn't use it.
Yeah.
And you look at them, you'd think that this other one was 90 because so it's such a and you don't have to go and lift heavy weights or thing. It's just staying active.
Yeah.
Moving your body.
Because I think sometimes you think, I'm not doing enough, but it's like just doing anything is better than nothing, right?
Yeah.
Even just walking the dog. And I also think, and that's an aging thing too, is you get obsessed with sleep.
Oh, yeah. I love sleeping, though.
I know.
Yeah.
It's so much fun.
Yeah. That's the only way I can turn my brain off, because I stopped drinking 2 years ago, which was that's how I would switch my brain off, because I'm very like,
nonstop.
So now that I don't drink, I have to sleep. So I have naps all the time.
Yeah.
It's just so I can calm the mind for
But
a
it's
bit.
also, you realise how important it is for everything, right? And I try not to get too obsessed about it. I think that's a getting older thing, is that you seem to stop processing alcohol so well, for starters.
Yeah.
And you just want to get to sleep and have a good sleep.
Yeah. But I used to use alcohol sometimes to have a good sleep.
But do you find, because I would always find if I have any drinks, when I will wake up at 3 a.m. and everything's just going, hey, liver's doing some detoxing, and I'm really wide awake.
Yeah.
And it would always happen.
I would get that, but I would get anxiety as well.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
The anxiety.
Yeah.
And then, what have I done? What did I do? And like trying to recount. Because also when I would drink, I wouldn't have 1 or 2 drinks. I would have all of the drinks.
Yeah.
Which is why I had to stop drinking.
Yeah.
Because I love doing it, but it's just not good for me. But yeah, so that would be 3 a.m., thirsty as fuck, and yeah, like wide awake, but then just the mind chatter.
What was that decision I made 26 years ago
Yeah.
that may have impacted things?
Why?
What did I say to that person 10 years ago? Oh,
Yes.
my God. Yeah.
I would think about things that happened. Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
so ridiculous.
Yeah.
So ridiculous. So speaking about, we've been talking about staying active and especially as you age, when did you get into fitness? Like, has it always been part of your life, or?
I think I've always been – no, I don't think it has always been part of my life. I've always gone to the gym on and off, I think, since I was younger. But it was more about, I think, when I was in my 20s, I was just more about so I would look good.
Yes.
I was really hung up on that, but, in your 20s. But I think it's been really important to me probably since because then I had babies. Probably since I was 40, I reckon.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So relatively late, as in really important.
Yes,
I've always been fit and I'd always, try and do things.
Yeah.
But actually thinking about it and thinking, okay, I want to be strong.
Yes.
Probably since about 40.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so what have you been doing since then? Like, have you tried different things? Do you play sports?
Yeah. I'd sail.
Yes.
Sailing. I've done lots of, indoor netball and that sort of stuff. But and surfing. I picked up surfing quite late in life, but I haven't been doing that because of my sore hip recently.
Yes.
Because of hypermobility, blah 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 blah. But that's my goal, is to get back into that. So do
back into surfing.
Yeah,
cool.
Do lots of water sports.
Yes.
Love water sports, and I've dabbled in lots of different things. I like lifting weights, but I have to be careful because of the hypermobility.
Yes.
Because I can do things badly very easily.
Yes.
Because everything just keeps moving. It doesn't
Because
stop.
do you feel when your elbow's turning inside out, do you feel it?
No, it feels comfortable. It's like
Yeah.
a really nice, stretch.
Yeah.
But that's not great when everything else is doing it.
No, yeah.
But so I've got to be careful about how I do things, and I'm really conscious now because I went to a lot of sort of like hardcore classes in probably in my 30s and early 40s.
Yeah.
But maybe that's not right for me now because I can't throw things around and duck walk down that sort of stuff, and chains and massive big tires.
To just be a bit more mindful.
And I loved that. I really, really loved it. But I think now I probably would, I've got to be a bit more careful.
Yeah.
But I try to lift weights and I try to go as heavy as I can.
Yeah, perfect.
I don't really do so much jumping anymore. And that's like
There's no need.
Yeah. Jumping is overrated.
It's like I can't jump for more than 10 seconds without pissing my pants.
Yeah, because kids, right? They do, play,
do your
bounce around.
Kegels.
Yeah.
Is my piece of advice there.
Doing them right now.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to do some too.
We made you uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Your poor producer.
Because I got told, but when I was pregnant, when was Ziggy born? 23, 22. You should do your Kegels. I was like, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm fucking
'Cause
22.
you're bulletproof.
Yeah. And then now can't even sneeze too hard.
Yeah.
Got to cross my legs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that just gets worse, I think.
Yes.
So you do have to work on it.
Yeah.
But I've definitely found I've been doing quite a bit of reformer Pilates recently.
Yes. That's come back with a bang.
Yeah, and I've never really done it before, and it's been really good for me. Really
I've
good.
heard it's really hard. Is it
Oh,
hard?
God, yeah, it's really hard.
Yes.
But you can do things, especially there's a jump board one where you're jumping, because I can't jump up and down because my hip just goes,
No. Yeah.
But jumping that way, like off a board, I can do.
Because it's taking all the load off.
Yeah, so there's no stress on the joints and stuff. So
Yeah.
I really love it, and it's been really good for me, and it's building like a lot. It's been great
Yeah.
and really good for my mind as well.
Nice.
Yeah, especially coming back from every single injury I seem to have. But I could
And I've only known you for a couple of years, and you've had injury after injury. I didn't even know about the ankle until
I have,
just
haven't
now.
I? Yeah, well, that was new,
Yeah.
and that's not healing properly because of the hypermobility. So
Yay.
but
So reformer Pilates.
yes, seems to be okay. Touch wood, seems
Yeah.
to be okay so far.
Cool.
And I do need to do something, and I do need to do something regularly because I've really noticed it with my mindset. If I don't, I can get quite down on myself.
Yep.
Best intentions and everything, but I need to go and do something like that just to.
But it's that hit of dopamine. So I'm the same. If I don't train for a little while, then I get angry, like, why aren't you doing it?
Yeah.
Why aren't you doing this? Or why aren't you doing that?
Yeah.
And then as soon as I go, I'm like, oh, it's not that hard. You could have. And even just going for a walk, although it's gonna get lighter. It's summer's coming. But just getting it, I need exercise to get out of my head. So that's one thing that I've learned about myself since I stopped drinking is that I've always had mind chatter, but I thought it was because I drank all the time. But I just have an active mind.
Yeah.
So the two things that calm it down is sleeping and exercising.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can just get out of my head for a bit. And it's not in a bad way, but it's just like I'm all like, I don't know, scheduling and things like that.
And it seems to clear everything out.
Yeah.
Like
And I think having a routine as well
yes
helps with the mind. So if I'm going to do Pilates Monday, Wednesday, Friday,
yeah,
and having that routine and then sticking that to that routine.
Because I'd always read those things when people say, oh, you've got to have a routine and do it, and I think, oh, whatever. But when you actually do it, it does work, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It does make me feel better.
Do you like routines and lists, or you like to just go with the flow?
I think I need routines and lists. I think tend to be a little bit chaotic.
Really?
But yeah. But I feel like I'm just, but I need to. I like it when things are organised, but I'm not good at organising them, and I'm really bad at procrastinating. Like I will have these sometimes I'll have some amazing opportunities. And it's like, all you got to do is one simple thing to make it happen, and I don't do it. And it's like, why not? And that's my 3 o'clock awake thing going, why don't you just send that email? Why don't you just write that thing? All you had to do was one thing. You had all this lined up and you didn't do it.
Yeah.
And that seems to be a real problem that I beat myself up about a lot. And
you think, no, I'm not going to say.
No, you can.
It's like, that sounds like a symptom of ADHD.
Yeah. No, it's funny you should say that.
Yeah.
I've just had 2 of my children have been diagnosed ADHD. The other one hasn't tested. So yes. So I wasn't really aware of that, but now I am, and
it's all over my social media at the moment.
Yeah, same here. I'm being targeted. I'm being targeted by that and crocheting because I taught myself how to crochet.
I saw that.
Yeah. So, and I think that's that might be something I should. I don't know if it's worth looking into or not, or maybe I should.
Well, it depends because there's sort of, from the research that I've done, because all my online tests are like, you've got ADHD.
Same here.
Yeah.
My self-diagnosis.
Definitely says it's a hard yes. So it's expensive to be diagnosed, apparently, because you've got to go through a couple of, like, it's not funded in any way. You have to go and fund it yourself, which is fine.
Yeah.
And then there's 2 ways you either do, I think it's like cognitive therapy or medication.
Yeah.
So it's sort of like what will you get out of having the label? Whereas you can do the cognitive therapy kind of for free. You can literally download an app and it will do it for you, or you can get the label and get the medication and it still might not help.
And I've got through this stage in my life
pretty fine.
Being medicated isn't going to make it, because I'm obviously very, I can get through things, but I do definitely have sort of key factors probably. But then I think maybe everyone does to a certain extent.
Yeah, I'd say so. I feel like everyone I know has at least 1 or 2 symptoms.
Yeah, but it's kind of nice reading it going, and all those little Instagram things saying, hey, this is if you've got these things, you could have ADHD, and you read it and go, because it's quite on trend at the moment, to be honest, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
But I read them and go, or I look at them and go, oh, I've got all those things.
Yeah.
The clumsiness, the walking into doorways, the falling over, the dropping the phone all the time. And it's just quite
it is nice.
It makes me feel better just to go, okay, well, that's not just me. It's obviously a thing.
Yeah.
And I don't feel so alone.
Yeah.
So that's something anyway.
I like it too because it gives it when I've done more than one test, but the
Same.
first time
I get to the stage where when they go, give us your email and we'll send you something. I'm like,
I
I'm
go
not
all
doing
the
that.
way to there too. Yeah. The first time it was like, it was a little bit of breath of fresh air to be like, okay, you're not crazy.
Yeah.
Because I'm also on antidepressants as well. So I was like, oh, is it a mental health thing? But then to do this ADHD test, I was like, I'm not crazy.
Yeah.
I just have ADHD and depression.
Yeah.
It's totally fine.
Yes. Exactly.
I'm normal. So that's interesting. And then so 2 of the 3 of your kids.
Yeah, and the third one hasn't tested.
No. What about your husband? Do you think he has any symptom?
I actually don't. He's probably one of the few people I think that doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just chill. And,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
He seems quite in control.
Love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least one of us is.
All right, I'm going to digress a little bit.
Yeah.
So back to our health and wellness
Oh, yeah.
chat.
Yep.
Well, I mean, ADHD is health and wellness.
I should have bought my crochet. I could have done that as well. It's very healthy. wellness.
My daughter crochets heaps.
That's
After
so
this,
cool.
I'm going to show you. You travel a bit because at the moment, what's your main role at the moment? Is it Master of Ceremonies or are you doing a bit of everything?
So I am working in MediaWorks in the newsroom as
Cool.
the chief reporter and the afternoon sub-editor
Yeah.
at the moment, but also doing lots of MC work. Yeah. And then I voiced Married at First Sight, New Zealand.
Yes.
So that was that, but that was just like a few months and that's done. So
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. Obviously the show's not on at the moment. So
Can I tell you a funny story?
yes.
So when I bought my house, I had a mortgage broker and he was on Married at First Sight.
Which one? Like from the
Jesse.
Really?
Yes.
It's funny. Everybody knows somebody who's on that show.
Well, I had never.
Yeah.
And then, and I only found out that he was going to be on it because right when we were about to buy our first house, he's like, I'm going away because Maths is coming out this weekend. And I was like, why are you on it? And he's like, yeah, I am.
So he's going away because I don't want to be seen.
Yeah.
I often wonder when I look at that because I think about me going on Treasure Island and think how hard that was and think, what is it like going on one of those shows?
Yeah, because that's quite intense.
Yeah.
I mean, reality TV is intense, but I think shows like Maths or I've never watched Maths before. I only watched it because of Jessie.
Yeah.
But there's sort of a bit of a stigma that goes along with them,
just don't-
like any
yeah.
of those sort of dating ones or, so, but I was hooked. The way they produce it and edit it is amazing. Like I nearly watched all of it, but as soon as he left, I was like, no, that's it. I need to cut it. Otherwise I'm going to be in it for the long haul. It didn't stop me from reading all the updates on the Herald though.
Well, that's what you need.
Yeah. But anyways, yes, so you voiceover. So what's your main sort of Master of Ceremonies and media work?
Yes. In the news at the moment, yeah.
So are you traveling much?
Yeah, I'm traveling a bit. Like I travel a lot around New Zealand for the MC stuff, which I love doing. That's really good fun. My husband's doing some work for Sale GP, so I went up to San Francisco in July.
Cool.
Which is pretty cool. I'm going to Australia next month to meet up with a friend. So I am doing a bit of traveling.
So
I went to Ireland for like a tourism island thing. Oh, that was actually 2 years ago now.
Cool.
To do some filming. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my question to you then is, because we've been talking about how important it is to move it or lose it, stay strong or get strong as we lead into our older years. So how do you look after yourself when you're traveling? How do you fit it in?
I always take my workout gear.
Good.
Although sometimes it doesn't get worn, must be said.
But the intention is there.
The intention is there, so that's fine. I take up space in my suitcase with my shoes. No, I try, if I'm doing long haul, my thing is I really try to get into that new time zone and work for it as quick as possible. So that's what I find. Because I never really had that much issue when I'm going somewhere with jet lag so much.
Right.
I try to stay awake to get into that thing. But I try, because I think when you travel, you naturally are doing more stuff. You're walking and doing stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm not good. I like to try new things too. When
Yes.
I like to go biking and see things. I like to do little adventure things.
Okay.
It's like pretty motivated to move a lot.
That's
Like
good.
San Francisco, I did a lot of walking around
Yeah.
because my hip was irritating then. So lots and lots of walking. We cycled over the Golden Gate Bridge. So that sort of, those
Yeah.
iconic moments. But that sort of thing, I like to move.
So that's good. So that's easy then.
Yeah.
You can just look after yourself.
And I went to Walgreens. Was it Walgreens? Yeah, the pharmacy, and got amazing supplements that I've never heard of before.
Oh.
You know when you go somewhere overseas and you're like, that's my favourite thing to do, go to the supermarket.
And go to the chemist.
And go to the chemist.
Crazy.
And just browse. I love it.
I do love when Chemist Warehouse first came out here. That was like,
I spent hours in that place.
I still can.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your favourite one? Have you been to more than one?
Chemist Warehouse.
Yeah.
I think I like the St. Luke's one.
Same.
That's my local and I
Yeah.
kind of like it.
Yeah.
I've been to the Newmarket one. I don't know. It wasn't quite the same vibe.
I feel like the one, because I'm in between St. Luke's and Newland, and the Newland one's a bit small for me.
Yeah.
I like
You need a big one.
Big aisles.
And never go on the weekend. It's horrible.
God, no. Or
Yeah.
you go late at night on the weekend.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, good.
Do they want to sponsor your podcast?
Yeah. do you just ask? Is that how you do it? So my last question for you, and then we're going to play a little word game,
Okay.
is what's your advice for someone who, say, might travel a lot for work, that is struggling to find a rhythm on the road with moving their body? Or what's a little tidbit for you?
I think walk a lot when you get somewhere. Don't, walk and explore things. But also I find taking some bands, some
Like
little
resistance bands?
Yeah, resistant bands. Because if you've got them, you can just sit there and do stuff just to keep a little bit, just to keep
Stay
things
active.
stretched a bit.
Yeah.
And just try and just think about it. Just try and get out and do at least, and try and get out in the fresh air, and that helps you adjust to the new place where you are anyway.
Yeah.
But just take something, and also download an app with some easy workouts.
There's
so many
so
good
many.
ones and so many good free ones as well.
Yeah, so many.
The Nike one is really good.
I love the Nike
And
one.
it's free. I keep wanting to be charged. And
There's
it's free.
hundreds of workouts on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're all free.
And there's another one that I actually pay for, which is kind of good. Pamela Reif. She's a German Pamela Reif. She's got an app. She's a German influencer.
Yeah.
Like a fitness one. And she's beautiful and long blonde hair. And you look at her and go, oh, you're going to be annoying. She's not.
Oh.
She's actually great and has recipes and also workouts as well.
Yeah.
Like little videos that you can link the videos together to have like a decent workout.
Oh,
Like
okay.
10-minute booty, 10-minute arms, and you can link them all together so they play. It's pretty
Perfect.
cool. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. So apps.
I love that though, but because if you are out traveling, whether it's for work or not, just getting out and about and exploring your surroundings.
Or try to go to a class wherever you are for something.
Yeah.
I got to the stage of I Googled Pilates studios in San Francisco, but I didn't go.
No, but again, the
Googled them.
intention was there.
It was there, but does it count if you just think about it?
Yes, because the
Okay.
intention is still there.
Yeah, true.
And you did a biking and walking.
I did.
You don't have you can do anything, Mel, but you can't do everything.
I did heaps. Yes, that's a bloomin' tattoo right there, isn't it?
Sure is.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Okay, we're going to play a word association game.
Okay.
So we're going to have 1 minute on the clock, please, my friend Callum. And then I'm going to say words.
Yeah.
And you just say the first word that comes to mind.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Okay, are you ready?
Yep.
All right. Boobs.
Tits.
Yes. Menstruation.
Bleeding? I'm not doing great on this.
Poop.
Yes, please.
Love that. Okay, body hair. Yeah.
Not a fan. No, that's more than one word, isn't it? Body hair.
No, that's okay because I've said 2 words. So.
Yeah, apparently it falls out. Sorry, timer. Yeah. Apparently as you get really old, not now, I'm not that old.
Okay.
It falls out. But anyway.
Okay. Bumhole bleaching.
No.
Okay. Mental health.
Important.
Yes. Sex.
Yes, please.
Feet.
Oh, I've got the worst feet. So ugly. I could start a fetish website with my feet.
You should.
Got a bunion on that one.
Oh, I've got
Really
gross
wide.
toenails.
Gross toenails, bunion, really wide feet.
Okay.
Someone's going to pay money to see these things.
Okay, and then last one, wellness.
Vital.
Yes. Perfect. Thank you so much, Mel.
You are welcome. Thank you for having me.
I am just so happy that you've come today because I know you're very busy and important, so I really appreciate it.
Totally.
Thank you so much.
Welcome.